You are welcome to my channel. I am so happy to meet us again today. It is a prosperous year for every one of us. A prosperous 2022. And if today is your first time of coming across my channel, please do subscribe. This is your girl Rosie, and today I'll be taking us on Rosie Tips for Employers. I have previous videos on tips for employers uploaded before. If you've not listened to them, I have them, the links in my description box below. You can link up and listen to them. The main aim of those tips for employers is to help you employers or prospective employers to grow, to achieve your expectations, okay? To achieve your expectation. And as you listen and pay attention and apply these tips, I tell you, your expectations shall not be cut short. I want to hear you say amen. I believe you. Your expectations shall not be cut short. Okay, my today's tips, I'll be taking it from the book of Luke chapter 9 verse 18 to 20. I'll be reading from the Living Bible, and it says, one day he was alone, he referring to Jesus, praying with his disciple nearby. He came over and asked them, who are the people saying I am? John the Baptist, they told him, or perhaps Elijah, or one of the other ancient prophets, risen from the dead. Then he asked them, who do you think I am? Peter replied, the Messiah, the Christ of God. For my first tip, you need to sit down with your staff, especially the management staff, and ask them this question. What are people saying about our services? What are people saying about our products? What are people saying about the company? You actually need to sit with them and ask them one by one. If actually they have been interacting with your clients and customers, they should have a feedback on this. What are people saying about your services? What are people saying about your products? What are people saying about the company? Are they satisfied? Are there complaints? You need to know. This will help you strategize. It will help you plan well. And this should be done at the end of the year or at the beginning of the year. But I prefer the end of the year. You can put it down in such a way that they can be asking them the question verbally, or you put down a questionnaire. Serve them. Let them respond. Let your client respond. Let your customer respond. Get a feedback. Don't be scared of their criticism. Be open. Let them criticize. See it as a constructive one. But first thing is to know how you are serving them. Are you serving them well? What is your product like? Is it working well? Get feedbacks. It's very important. Ask these questions. Get these answers. If your employees don't have the answer, it means they are not relating well with your customers or clients. Because if they do, the clients may not come to you directly as a CEO to talk to you, but they have access to these your employees. They have interactions with them They can tell this employee is not doing well. They can go to the next person and say, I don't like the attitude of this person. Whenever I come, this is what happens and this is what happens. Then you caution, you reprimand, and plan ahead, okay? So these feedbacks are very important. What are people saying about your product, about your company, about your services? It is very important. So that is the number one tip for this particular tips for employers, okay? So number two, we look at what are your staff saying? What do they think? What are they thinking? Now you've heard what people are saying, what the customers are saying, what your clients are saying. What are your staff thinking? Are the customers right? Which way forward? How do we improve? What are they thinking? You need to have employees that are thinking on how to move your company forward. If you have people that always depend on you to come up with the idea and they are not thinking, you are doomed, bros. You are doomed, my dear. You need to have people that are thinking on how to move your company forward. So where we read, Jesus asked them, who do you guys think I am? Now one person answered. Now at least a person in your company, a staff, will give you a way forward. And I'm not saying that one person giving the answer is enough. They must come up. If you can give it to them as a assignment to go and think, how do we move forward? Like I said, preferably this should be at the end of the year, okay, so that they will have the time, to give you the answer within the period of their break. They email their responses to you, and then you can select. It helps you even when you want to promote, to know who to promote. Get their ideas. You cannot work this alone. They are your destiny helpers. You can't do it all alone. Your employees are your destiny helpers. That's why I stated in my previous videos, you need to treat them well. Now you need them to think. Think in their various departments on how to move forward. Oh, these are things that people are saying about our services. These are things people are saying about our products. Then how do we move forward? What are we going to do? How do we, work on this area, on that area? Every department come up with your action plan. Yes, come up with your action plan. Everyone in the department makes a contribution. They can forward it to the head of their department. They can forward it to you. You ask the head of the department, these are the contributions from your department. Oh yeah, work on it. Get it, in a way that we can see it as a department. And these are individuals saying their views, and then you work it out as a department. How do we move forward? Which way? It helps a lot. So when you are done gathering information from your customers, from your clients, then what are you guys thinking? You and your management staff will now conclude on the way forward. These are tips I want you to apply. See to it that you work with your customers. See to it that you work with your staff. Don't just be the head, the only one that says the things that will be done. It's not that way. Don't just be the herd that you are the only one with the idea and you're bragging about it. You say, I'm the one bringing the idea. They cannot. Who says they can't? It's because you've not given them that room. You've not given them that opportunity. You've not asked them. Some of them are very, very intelligent. So you need to exploit that. You need to harness it. You need to work with them and make them feel as part of the company Okay, so these are two tips I would like you to start this year with. One, what are people saying about your product, about your services, about your company? Number two, what do your staff think about these things they are saying? How do you improve? What are things to do? What are your action plans? Hear from them. And I tell you, when you start doing this, they will feel like being part of the family, one big family, like an extended family. And everyone's hand will be on the deck to see that your company's expectation shall not be cut short. A very big thank you for listening. I am so happy we had a chat. I await your responses and see you at the top.